Lovely viewers of Ghana, this is Ablade Kopsin, and I have come your way once again with another edition of the Candle Light. God bless all our viewers out there, and we want to urge you to keep watching, and we'll bring you more of these teachings, more. And I want to remind you that if you have any kind of problem, be it spiritual or any other thing that you think has been the stumbling block in your life, you can contact the following numbers on your screen so that you come and meet us, and then we will help you out. We'll solve your problem from anywhere that you are watching me from outside, inside, everywhere. Just call these numbers on your screen, and we will be given the direction to come, and then we'll solve that problem for you. I don't know the problem that you are having. Is it money issue? Is it childbearing? Whatever it is, when you contact me, I will help you out with all these things. And then I want to also tell you that we have a group of people that we come together to learn deeper mysteries of life, because it's not everything that we can bring outside to the masses. There are some of these things that we need to put it in certain chambers. And so, do you want to learn more? Do you want to learn deeper? Do you want to dive deep into life, into life's mysteries, to know more deep things? Then contact this same line and join the Divine Remedies Sanctrum. That is our name, the Divine Remedies Sanctrum. And then when you enroll and join, we will teach you more. And then we will bring out the realities of spirituality, because a lot of people are practicing spirituality, but they've never seen any reality. We'll put you on the path, and then you will develop. So contact the numbers on your screen so that you can join us. Today we have a very, very wonderful topic that we want to discuss. And the topic is reincarnation. The topic is reincarnation. And the question of this topic is, does reincarnation really exist? If it does, why do we have to reincarnate? For what purpose do we have to reincarnate? This is what I know a lot of people will say. Because a lot of people don't believe in reincarnation. They say, oh, there's nothing called reincarnation. When you die, you are dead. You've gone forever. And there's nothing you can do again. But I want us to diagnose this topic so that we will get the clear understanding. Now, reincarnate. The word is re. Anytime you see the word re means to do something again. Re means to do something again. So reincarnate. It means that you have once incarnated already, but you are reincarnating this time. It means that you are doing it again. You are existing again. So what we mean is that the human life and existence that we have is not only once, but it is for cycles. We live for cycles of life. So I taught in my other videos, and I want to lay a little emphasis on what I taught in that video, that God is a cycle which moves in its completeness. And whenever it moves and completes a cycle, there is what we call manifestation. And this cycle moves in every of his creation or every of his manifestation. And so in a circular motion, you move vertically. You move horizontally. You move according to the four corners of the universe when you are in a circular motion. That is how it is. And so, this particular rule or this particular universal rule moves anything or influences anything that exists. And that is what we call the law of reincarnation. What goes around comes around. That is what we used to say all the time. Why? Because what surely goes up must surely come down. Life is all about two polarities, negative and positive polarity. So anytime there's negativity, there should be positivity. Anytime there's light, there is darkness. That is why there is day and there is night. When the light goes off, the night appears. When the light comes on, the day appears. This is how it is. So this kind of universal law governs everything that God has created, including this universe to the least indivisible atomic particle that exists. Yes. And so everything goes through a cycle. Everything that exists goes through a cycle. The same thing applies to the human soul. The human soul also goes through a cycle. What is the cycle? The cycle is what we call the cycle of perfection. Every human being's duty in the manifold wisdom of God is to become a perfect version of his or herself. Is to develop. And so, as I said in the other videos, we move from one kingdom to another kingdom to another kingdom when we are perfected in that particular kingdom. Example, when a mountain or a stone in the mineral kingdom is in perfection or attains perfection in that kingdom, it moves from being a stone to being a plant. And then starts another journey of perfection in the plant kingdom. So that is how we move. The same thing applies to the human kingdom. We go through cycles of existence to become a perfect person or a perfect version of ourselves. Inside, that is what we refer to as reincarnation. A lot of people dispute about this. They say there's nothing called reincarnation and blah, 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 whatever. But biblically, we know there's something called reincarnation. Because when you read the Bible tells you that Jesus referred to John the Baptist as Elijah. Jesus referred to John the Baptist as the reincarnation of Elijah, who once existed in the Old Testament. Yes. And when you make reference to Elijah and John the Baptist, you could see some similarities between them. Because Elijah normally put on camel's hair as a cloth. The same thing applies to John the Baptist. John the Baptist only feed on wild locusts and honey. And the same thing applies to Elijah. And so, the Bible made reference of people coming back to fulfill their mission. So, let's see something. In the life of Elijah, something happened that I want us to lay emphasis on so that we will understand the concept of reincarnation and the reasons why certain things are happening in our life now, in this our incarnated life that we don't understand. Now, According to the Bible, Elijah was a man of God, was a very powerful man of God, whom God used so well that this man was the prophet of Israel in his days. He was the prophet of Israel in his days. And so, in his days, whatever he says happen. Whatever he tells people happen. Whatever he declares stands. But the king of Israel, who is called Ahab, went in for a woman who is a witch called Jezebel. And this Jezebel forced Ahab into serving other gods, which is not the God of Israel. So the God of Israel became jealous. And then he sent his messenger, who was Elijah, to speak to Ahab. Because Jezebel has forced the people of Israel to serve the God of Baal. And so, this angered God so much. And so, Jezebel also influenced these people so that they would serve Baal. So he raised prophets for Baal. And these prophets are 450 prophets and above that. But that's what the Bible gives reference to. 450 prophets of Baal. These 450 prophets of Baal with Jezebel killed all the prophets of God, because the prophets of God were prophesying against their act of idolatry. And so, this was what happened. And then, Elijah was left alone. Elijah went to the mountains, he consulted God. God asked him to go and show himself to Ahab. And then he did. God asked him to go and show himself to the prophets of Baal. He did that. And then God ordered him to perform some signs and wonders for them to know that he is the God that exists. Elijah did as God ordered him. But there was one mistake that Elijah did that made him reincarnated as John the Baptist to pay for what he did. Elijah had the 450 prophets of Baal beheaded after the demonstration of the power of God to call fire to come and burn their offerings. The children of Baal called their God couldn't respond. Elijah called his God, and his God visited his offerings with fire. The people were so much convinced that they asked Elijah, "What do you want us to do with these prophets of Baal?" Elijah said, "Let their blood flow." Now, in God's manifold wisdom, God was not expecting Elijah to hand the 450 prophets of Baal to the people to destroy them or to kill them. But God wanted them to change their minds so that they would replace the ones that has already been killed. This is what God was expecting from Elijah. But Elijah had these prophets killed, slaughtered. And God became angry with him just because of what he did. Jezebel also became angry and wanted to kill Elijah for what he did. Elijah ran to God. And God told him, "You are running to me. Why are you doing so?" He said, "They've killed all the prophets of Baal and I'm the only one left." The Lord told him, "Who told you? I still have many, many, many prophets who have not bowed to the spirit of Baal. But you know, if you can't stand Jezebel taking your life, go and look for a man called Elisha. Hand over your mantle to him, because I will order chariots with fire to come and pick you up. But remember, you will come back again. Because your duty is to preach to them. Your duty is to profess to them. I made you perform this miracle for them to change their mind, but not for you to kill them. And so see, because of this error, in the days of Jesus Christ, John the Baptist came again. And then when the people asked him, "Who are you?" he said, "I am the voice of he that cried from the wilderness, prepare ye the way of the Lord." Yes, his duty is to prepare the way for the Lord. And his duty in his old days was to save lives, was to make people to come to the knowledge of who God is and not killing them. And so he reincarnated as John the Baptist. In his days in the New Testament, he did no evil. He spoke no evil. The cause on which he was unto his death was a good cause, because the king of that land in those days was having an affair with his own brother's wife. And then Elijah went to profess about it, to tell the king that this thing you are doing is prohibited. It's something that God hates, so don't do it. And this is the reason why Elijah was captured into prison, or was apprehended into prison, because of this cause, because of what he wanted to do, or because of what he said to the king. The king was not happy, because Elijah was telling him the truth. And so he took him into prison. Now, Elijah was in prison. Why? Because he needed to pay for the lives of the people he killed in his past life. And so the king's idea was not just to kill Elijah, no, but to apprehend him and to hold him from saying all these things he wants to say. He's saying to him, because a lot of people are getting convinced that this man is not doing what he's supposed to do well. That is the king. And so this is how come he was apprehended. Now, the king had a derby, he had a party, and then his daughter came to dance. And then the dance pleased the king. And then the king asked the daughter, "What do you want me to do for you? Even if it is 1/3 of my kingdom, I'll give it out." As a little girl, she doesn't know what to do. She went to the mother and asked the mother. Daddy said I should ask for anything. She'll give me. What do you think I should ask? And then the woman told her daughter, "Tell your father the king that you need the head of John the Baptist." And in those days, a king doesn't go back to his words when he speaks. And so this thing has to be done. But before that, John the Baptist saw the reason why he was on earth, that he came to pay some kind of what? Karmic debt. And so when he was apprehended, he sent people to Jesus to ask Jesus, "Are you the one that is coming? Or are you the Messiah that is coming? Or we should look for someone else?" This means that John the Baptist knew he was Elijah in his past life. And so he knew he was coming to pay for the price, to pay for the evil he committed. And he knew Jesus was the Christ. And so he was asking Jesus, if he was really the Christ, then he should come and save him. Because his duty is to save, and his duty is to prepare the way. Though I have prepared the way for you, I also have a problem. So come and solve my problem for me. But look at what Jesus said. Jesus said, "Go and tell John what you have seen and what you have heard. That what? The blind can see, the deaf can hear, the lame can walk, the lepers are cleansed." This mystically proves that there is a particular duty that Elijah or John the Baptist in his in his past life was supposed to do. Those people who were the prophets of Baal, who never knew who God was, or having come to the knowledge of who God was, or the manifestation power of God. These people are the lepers. These people are the lepers. They are the blind people. These people are the people that Jesus is referring to. You are supposed to save the lives of these people, but you had them beheaded. So you are now in to pay for what you cost. So I have come to continue from where you ended the last time. And so you have to sign out. Jesus couldn't save John until John was killed. But in the course of Lazarus, even when Lazarus died, Jesus went and commanded him to come out of the tomb alive. And he did. But in the case of John, Jesus did not. Why? Because there was a karmic debt in the life of John the Baptist. Because in his past life, when he was Elijah, he had people beheaded. And so, how did he die? He was also beheaded the same way. And I want to assure all my viewers that the woman who ordered her daughter to tell the father to give her John the Baptist's head is the reincarnation of the woman called Jezebel. Yes, of course. So, in life, there are a lot of things that are happening to us now, presently, that we don't understand. This is why a lot of good people face bad things. And a lot of bad people face good things. And a lot of good people continue to experience good things, and a lot of bad people experience bad things. This is the reason why. So, many people are frustrated in life. They've done everything humanly possible. They are good people. They are kind people. They are very wonderful people on earth. But yet, things are not moving the way it should move for them. The reason is because these people are having karmic debt on their head. Sometimes, these people can do sacrifice for others, help others, but at the end of the day, they gain nothing. What they gain is disgrace. Maybe it's because these people have once behaved the same way towards other people before in their past life. This is the reason why things keep happening this way. So the Bible gives us a clear understanding or a clear view of what reincarnation is. And the reason why we reincarnate is we reincarnate to pay for our karma. What is karma? Karma is what? The manifestation of the negative things that you do. Or let me say, karma is the results of the negative actions or the consequences of our negative actions. That is what we call karma. So why should we experience the consequences of our negative action? It is because the universe moves with this law. The law is called the law of causes and effect. What goes around comes around. What you sow is what you will reap. That is what the law says. And so that is how it should be like. And so whatever you do goes and comes back to you. If it is good, it goes and comes back to you. But sometimes it is not immediate. You will do something today and you will not experience anything about it. But maybe in your next incarnation or in your next coming, you experience the same thing. Yes. So why do we reincarnate? We reincarnate to correct our mistakes. Now, how do you correct your mistakes? You learn from the consequences of your negative actions in your past life so that you will become a better person of yourself. So karma is not there to make you evil. Karma is not there to make you pay. But karma is there to also make you learn lessons out of your negative actions so that you will do the right thing. You will know the right thing. As you are watching me, I want you to make a simple analysis of your life and look at the things that keeps happening in your life. The things that keeps happening in your life is telling you where you are coming from and what has already happened in your past and what you need to do so that you will overcome this reincarnational punishment, or what we call karma. If there is no reincarnation, how then do we put one seed of maize in the ground? It germinates and grows into a maize plant and then brings forth a lot of maize. How then does it happen? The maize we put in the ground goes through processes, goes through cycles, and then comes out not as one maize, but as what? Many. So this is what we mean when we say reincarnation. Reincarnation is not only also there for you to what? Perfect yourself. Sometimes it is also there for you to enjoy the benefit of the good deeds you did. And that is what we refer to as dharma. It's not only karma, it's dharma. There are a lot of people in this world who have reincarnated many times. Many times. They have reincarnated. Yet they have no idea. So somebody will ask me, if I have reincarnated, why can't I remember all these days? Why don't I remember all these things? Yes, you won't remember, but it doesn't mean these events does not exist. They exist somewhere in your consciousness, somewhere called the subconsciousness. And this is where your past life, this is where the cycles and the number of reincarnated lives that you have lived exist. This is where they exist. And anybody who is able to touch into the subconscious mind can recollect his what? Reincarnational lives and cycles and make corrections and then be a better version of his or herself. So, many people experience a lot of things in this life that they don't understand. Some of the people experience people whom they've not seen before, but they just fall in love with them. They are just happy with them. They feel like they know the people from somewhere already. These are the same people you have experienced in your past life or your reincarnational life that have also reincarnated in your present life. So when you know, when you see them, your soul recognizes them. Your subconsciousness recognizes these people. That these are people you have interrupted before. You have interrupted with before. Your soul gives you some kind of awareness. And sometimes you see people and all of a sudden you don't feel free in your spirit. It's not because the person has done anything evil to you. It might be that the person is part of your reincarnational life in your past life. And so, somebody might experience a very wonderful person in his or her life who would help him or her outright, do many wonderful things for the person without the person even being his uncle or auntie or relative or anything. All these things are part of our reincarnational life. Souls reincarnate to fulfill a heart desire, to fulfill a promise, or any other thing that exists. Thank you all for watching me. Once again, I say God bless you all. All those who are watching us on our social media handles, we say God bless you. Continue watching, and we'll bring you more of these teachings. As I said, if you have any problem, any issue, anything that relates to spirituality or your life, anything. Are you a businessman? Are you a trader? What is your problem? Anything that is your problem, contact the following numbers on your screen, and then you get in touch with us so that we can have your problem solved for you. Do you also want to dive deep into these teachings and know more and experience the Creator and become a better version of yourself and become the powerful being you were made by God, experience the God within you? Then all you need to do is to contact the numbers on your screen and call us. Our name is what? The Divine Remedies Sanctrum. Enroll and join us as we dive deep into spirituality. Thank you all. It's bye for now.